I don't know how to tell this to you. A lot of bad shit happened on day one of start of new year. Yeah. Shocker. I mean, I had a sneaking suspicion. It's like, yeah, nah, this shit ain't gonna fucking go. I mean, I did see some stuff pop up here and there. My god. And then I saw what happened too with, like, I was tuning in with the Alara chat. And listening into Alara just mamble on, and chat also mamble on with, and then just mambles everywhere. Let's just say a lot of shit just went out the fucking window of just, I guess, just common sense of what you should not do. And then there's the Cinder situation still going on, which I will not cover because I'll be honest with you. I honestly think, I mean, Cinder, we are okay. Summarize it because I ain't going to talk about it all that much, but just like really quick summarization, so at least it's out there for some of you guys to know. So okay, so there's Shiley, all right, and then there's Cinder. See, like they were talking behind the scenes, all right, backstage, you know, kind of stuff. They wanted to, you know, Shy Lily wanted to, you know, at least patch everything up and you know, just let bygones be bygones. Cinder said no, and then Shy Lily got sad, and then she told chat like 30 minutes before the start of the new year, you know, like, yeah, I guess you could say I was like a negative 30 minutes into the 2026. So but great, we're going negatives now. I don't know if that's a good thing, but let's get into the main segment of the Sunday Talk on all the shenanigans that happened this week, going from, or this past week that has happened, going on from Ubisoft doing, I don't know, like, I guess doing shit wrong because they couldn't keep their information of people who currently still play their games. Also, I don't know who plays their games still in start of 2026. That's just me. There's some stuff going on with 3DS and some, you know, again, Bunny Ayumi stuff, or stuff, Nintendo stuff, and even Mythos this time around. So let us get into it, chat. First off, that we have on the Sunday Talk, this is Ubisoft's breach of details. Yes, if you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, your Odyssey is damn. You know, I'm like, I'm just gonna level with you, man. You know, like, forget Odyssey. Yeah, your shit is just gone. Yeah, that's so, which I find it funny too because, you know, they also have a game. Chat, did you know they had a game that's called like Watch Dogs? Chat, just like that, the game. Oh yeah, I know that game. It's all the hacking, right? So they got hacked, kind of like Watch Dogs style. That's crazy. But it was primarily focused on Ubisoft servers. Hackers gained access to the internal systems. Players randomly received billions of Rainbow Six, the Rainbow Six credit currency system. I don't know how it is with Rainbow Six with their credit system. I'm assuming that's probably a lot of money. I don't know anything about that right there, but in the comments, feel free to let me know what exactly it is. So just because I don't know if it's like a paid currency or it's just like something you got earned. If it's paid currency, whoo, man, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to roll everything back. Ooh. On top of that, rare and unreleased skins were unlocked on some accounts. They were just there. 13 million real value in the virtual currency was given out by the breach. God damn, that's a lot of money, man. So I guess you also got paid a lot. Probably like $50. Accounts were banned and unbanned without reason. Rumors claim up to 4 different hacker groups were involved. One of them happened to be DedSec. I just kidding. I'm fucking with you on that one. I'm pretty sure if you've seen Watch Dogs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, Ubisoft confirmed it was a security breach, not a bug. No shit, Sherlock. I like how Ubisoft had to clarify that. No, this is just all the summarizations of all the details that have happened. But all the stuff that you got, like, you know, items, credits, skins, so forth and so on, the servers were rolled back, which I'll be honest with you, I think we all knew that was going to happen. They were just going to roll everything back prior to the breach that occurred. But that was that was fun right there. That was on the 28th of December of 2025. Oh my gosh, Sin, you're talking about something that happened like last year? That was last week. I know someone's gonna say that. But we always cover everything that's happened that last week in case some of you missed it. So then if it does happen to pop up at some point later on down in the future, at least it's it's already covered and you kind of got a little bit of a summary of it. But yeah, that, I mean, to be fair, it's Ubisoft, guys. Like, they haven't been doing too good as of yeah, like for a while. They haven't been doing good for a while. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is a bit of a little breaking news right now. 3DS, yes, the 3DS. You know, the thing that's probably now in your closet that's just been sitting there and covering dust, or you put it nice and in a nice secure storage area. And anyway, besides that, wherever it's at, it better not be thrown in the trash, because one, you just threw away probably around $200 to $350 used. Judge is like, what? Yeah, 3DS XL models. Yeah, if you have a new 3DS XL models, you'll probably get up to $350, which is insane because it just doubled its price from just the regular 3DS, which I find it ironic because the 3DS XL was, known to that. But it was mainly for like emulations and stuff like that is the main reason why it's going on, because if chat did not know, there's a new competitor. Yes, a new competitor for this types of format. Apparently, this type of gaming is still in desire today. Yes, because there's a new device that got put out there that actually does something that I will not want to talk about on here, but like I'll just level with you guys. It emulates a lot of the Nintendo games. You can even emulate some Switch 1 games too. And it's not even 3DS, but people are getting this anyway just for nostalgia's sake. And they're using it for and I honestly feel like they're using this to recycle it for emulation stuff. That's why they're selling them. It's crazy because you can play games like Pokemon again. Yeah, like the Pokemon. Oh my god, you can play Pokemon like Heart, Soul Silver, and Heart Gold. Best remake, by the way. I love that one. That one was really good. And so many other stuff too. And it's just like you can't really do that anymore. Like you have to go and find that stuff. But if you have that new device, I believe it's called a Thor, an Anon. Oh my god, I can't even say it. It's called a Thor. I'll just leave it at that. It's a Thor device. It's able to emulate all this sorts of stuff. You can play some, again, as I said, Switch 1 games. You know what Switch 1 games are on there right now? Was it one was like Dragon Ball, Truth or Die? Yeah, that game. Like anything that's on the Nintendo Switch right now, you can play on that new version, and everyone's just like, holy shit. And I'll be honest with you, that design that they have that is a replica of the 3DS, it does look pretty fire. Crazy part is there's a program that actually works with the bootleg version of this, of 3DS. Just like, what? Yeah, and guess what? It's funny too, because it actually offers online support. What? And you know what that means? You can games that currently that will support that, or like games that are not like heavily modded, you can actually use the trading system in there. Just like, what? And you can do that. Yeah, you can literally trade stuff on there and with someone else. Obviously I'll be connected online. I'll be honest with you, that was like something I did not know. Like I was under the impression like, oh yeah, but you can also play it offline too. You have to put like an SD card in and back up the stuff. So there is again, it's basically like just how the Nintendo 3DS was. Like you have the online option if you have connected to internet, or you can just play it offline, and still retain, your data on there and so forth and so on. But I think this is just for nostalgia's sake. A lot of people are getting this right now. And for the fact that currently, if you all currently are aware of what Nintendo's doing with the Nintendo Switch 2, where they're like, you really don't own your games, you just own a copy and a code of that game. Meanwhile, the 3DS offers the game itself. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and these are the Chinese modders, have successfully upgraded the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 graphics card from their stock from a 16 gigabyte. Oh my god, I can't even speak right now. GDDR7, configure it to a 32 gigabyte. Soldering additional memory chips. However, this diverts stock gaming cards and consumer, the consumers. I mean, we all know blah 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 blah. As they were saying, just because there's shortages are getting worse for graphics cards, and I'm pretty sure someone is using it for a stupid AI on putting people in bikinis, micro bikinis on Twitter using the Grok thing. That's per usual. I don't know why that's a thing. I'm gonna chat if you already know where I'm at in the I'm from the US. I mean, shocker, but I saw what was going on. If you guys are keeping up with world events, the first thing someone did when they put the pictures of the certain situation that's going on, they actually asked Grok, "Hey Grok, put him in micro bikini." Yeah, I'm at this point where I'm just like I'm not even surprised. I'm just fucking disappointed. I just want a graphics card, man. That's all I want. I just want a graphics card to be happy, just like everyone else. And next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and you're probably wondering, like, holy shit, Titules and the Pits. Yes. Fortunately, this is going to Bunny Ayu, aka the one person that one surprised me with how fucked the situation that they have with context going into right now. For those that did not know of Bunny Ayu, she was a VTuber. Yeah, she had like all these like nice models made by a certain Pink Doggo. It's that Pink Doggo. I wait for their return. But she got hit with some major controversies going on, which turned into being like bullshit. I honestly, I don't know how to summarize this in a way because there's like a lot of lore going on in this. Actually, no, I can. The streamer that she was working with at the time called was it I can never say her name. They're a horror VTuber, Leana, or oh my god, I can't even forget. Dude, I can't even say her name. But she worked with somebody who was a VTuber too that also worked on certain commission types, and Bunny commissioned from her. Yeah, you're like, oh okay, well that doesn't seem that bad. Wait, hang on, Sin, where are you going into that right there? You sound like is this some kind of like shady deal going on? No. It was like kind of like a little plushie thing going on. I'm like, oh, okay, but that's not that bad. Wait, hang on, there wasn't anything in the plushies. No. You see, Bunny kind of did like a little bit of what I would say is a fucky wucky, if you can call it that. I don't know. I'm just like, oh shit. So when I saw it, I was like, oh god. Yeah, so the one person who was in charge of the commission that received it from Bunny and accepted it had to take out a lot of money. I don't remember the exact amount, but I know it was over 20K. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And Bunny then pulled from the deal and just left her there, just like, just there, just to fucking suffer. Yeah, that was not a good thing right there. I honestly felt like it was a miscommunication right there. Yeah, that right there was like a really big miscommunication on both parts. That's how I see that as. One, do I still support her? No, I don't support her anymore just because of that. I honestly felt that was like so fucked right there. It's like, how would you feel if someone were to do that to you? You would be devastated. I mean, luckily, the person that got affected by that did manage to recover. They were having like, they were freaking out because they did not know how they'll live. Like obviously it was over 20K that they pulled out for this. An insane amount of money. And that happened. Bunny left VTubing and became a flesh tuber again. I mean, she was more of a hybrid, is how I see that. So she mainly just worried about IRL stuff like ASMR, which I'll be honest with you, I still was following her at the time just to see how she would react out of curiosity's sake. But I already had an ASMR channel, and this was something that she was just going into. She did it every now and then, but she also used to play video games, and now she doesn't do a video game. She only does ASMR, maybe the occasional game here and there, but yeah, I honestly I just got bored of her, and then she started to do more of the OnlyFans. And now she's going back to VTubing. And there was a lot of like crazy comments on there. There was one in particular that just stood out, all the mess right there. And chat, just a reminder, do not harass her. She already both parties have already gone through this shit enough, but I honestly feel like if you don't support her, just don't show up. But this one comment really, and I'm just going to keep it nameless. Just people like there are probably big shrimps of her, as I said, like with the Cinder thing earlier on. Even though that's not going to make it into the video. This one right here to summarize it, because I'm not going to say the whole thing word for word verbatim, but they're talking about like her OnlyFans. She's losing money because she's getting to the clock thing right there. That's the reason why. So and they said her titties are starting to sag. So yeah, that was basically the whole fucking thing right there. Just quick summarizations, hitting the pressure points right there. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but that was like the main points where that tweet was going for on that. I'm right here just like, holy shit, man, you did not fucking say that. That's just like emotional damage right there, like by 20 times. But there has been what I would assume that there's probably going to be a big drop off if there was more research done on this. If people are really liking this and want me to do a deep dive on the Bunny Ayumi situation, then and we can see the statistics and all that sort of stuff, I'll probably put a video of that on YouTube to talk about this. Not just to slander her, I'm like, this is just to inform people of what happened, and kind of just keep a track of when people do fucked up stuff and want to come back, and how many people that they hurt in the process. Because not only that she did that, chat, with the situation with the commission, there was stuff prior before that too, where she would do like very she would go still like IRL to like conventions and stuff like that here and there, but she would also meet with like fellow streamers that were also VTubers too, and she would do a lot of inappropriate stuff that's kind of like a little sus, but not like really like, but mainly to the females, and some of them would feel uncomfortable, but they would just brush it off. So there was that lore there too. It wasn't like anything like really like, oh yeah, she touched them kind of stuff right there, but it was just more of like, it made them feel weird. So I'm right here just like, ooh, okay. So there was that also added into that lore too, but unfortunately that lore did not how should I say this, end, because it's still kind of going on to this day. The person who's rigging the model right now, and the artist too in question, is also having some pushback from the VTuber community. I mean, obviously not everyone knows the situation going on there, and again, a commission is commission nonetheless at the end of the day. They're getting some harassment, and I am just gonna be honest with you, don't harass the person who was doing the rigging for this or the artwork, because again, they probably did not know what the situation was with her, because one, it's been like a while before that happened. So I mean, I don't know like when they started or anything like that, so I really can't really say for sure, oh, this was still, I should have known. Like, not everyone keeps up with everybody on streaming, but yeah, the bunny situation, yeah, a lot of people still hold a lot of prejudice on that right there. I honestly think it's a little bit of 50-50 parts, as it always takes two to tango. Like for the commission incident right there that kicked it all off and ended her career as VTubing, my personal take on it is, should she have taken out that money and put that money down to go into debt before receiving the money at the batch? I honestly felt like you should have waited until you got the money, at least maybe like 60% of the money, maybe 70% of the money, before actually going through it, because then you already got some money and you can work on some of the request that was put in, so then you already got something to work with, and then the finalization will be like what's left and how much they can agree for, which will get adjusted by how much people ordered. So there's that too. See, again, like how I said, there's like communications, there should have been like some kind of like a toll you gotta pay to go into the bridge kind of stuff if you want to continue on. Like there has to be like a 60% upfront. Like nothing will get done unless the money's put out there ahead of time. 60 to 70%, like I honestly feel like that's fair. But if it's not there, then there's really nothing you can do. Even if you were to beg and go down and take off your clothes and go and bow down and beg for it, like anything at all, I honestly feel like, because, you know, again, you're going to be out of some money if you were to continue on with that anyway. And then, you know, the same thing going on with Bunny. Bunny should have not done that while not having the money too, and then backing out of the deal without letting her know, and just, yeah. So again, it's like a bit of both parts on that right there. I think it could have been communicated a lot more better, but that's just my take on it. Again, you shouldn't harass them or anyone who's like doing the art and the rig and the art, and like the artist and the rigger for the model. Like, just don't harass them. They probably don't know anything. I can't emphasize that enough. I said like 3 or 4 times because people are obviously going after them like fucking crazy. And here's a little bit of that lore right there, kind of going on that to right there. And this one is from at Hayes Hara D, and they said that she showed her new model art 1 year ago, hinting that she was looking to coming back to VTubing, and a bunch of people attacked her for it, for good reason. Again, obviously, as I kind of give you a little bit brush up on what happened. Seems that her model is finally rigged and will be coming back in mid-January of 2026. So like, we're looking forward to that, I guess. Just to see how shit show that is. I'm not going to tune in for it. I'm just going to watch this, look at the statistics on Twitch to see how much the viewer count was compared to when she started debut as her previous VTuber model. So I'm going to look at that. To anyone asking for context, YouTube, her name and a video or two will pop up explaining everything, including all the other content creators, and VTubers are included. They got fucked over by her. Yeah. As I said, I remember how she did that. So there's a lot of lore going on to that kind of broke out from this one deal. But yeah, she will return it to Twitch as her new VTuber debut on the 7 p.m. CT, 8 p.m. ET, January 16th of 2026. A lot of people were not happy about that. Yeah, this one is here too. And by the way, like, that, it was like that image right there that was getting pushed up a lot, and everyone's saying, oh yeah, I could see. And then, as I said, that one comment right there where someone did say, and that's kind of fucked up right there, where it's like, oh yeah, I could see why she has to go back to her VTuber model because her titties are sagging. And I was like, whoa, dude, that might be taking a little bit too far right there. But like, goddamn. But yeah, this one right here was one of the comments right there talking about it, and this guy, Kalio, again, don't harass them. I mean, again, like, this was from 2024. But they said, you would never guess who's trying to become a VTuber again. Bunny sexually assaulted people IRL, as I did say. Like, she didn't get their hands on them where, like, police would get involved, but it was still, like, it was still an essay, regardless. And a few years ago, that's why they went back to streaming with a face cam. And then Bunny responded to that crazy shit, by the way, saying, hey, I know it's been a few years since I got called out, but I would appreciate not being attacked just for making a new VTuber. I took time and made a lot of strides to improve myself. I mean, a girl, and I was a mean girl and a terrible person in the past, but I would never talk to anyone, someone. Yeah, and then, like, as you can see, 107 comments. Some of them were, most of those at that time did put a lot of sources onto that. And then the person right here also did comment on that right there, saying, your face, your account are all tied with all the shit you have exposed, that you've been exposed for doing. Why didn't you make a new account? I get that people can change, but I didn't expect people that follow VTubers to easily forget. But yeah, she is still evil, by the way, chat. There's that. So if you guys are gonna say, oh, but she looks so nice, is again, like, I usually, and to be fair, like, again, like, usually the ones that are like, oh, you're like, oh, they're a 10 out of 10. Guys, there's probably someone else right there that's probably an asshole just like them. That they're probably, getting, like, mating pressed every now and then. But I don't know with the situation going on with her. Because she isn't in a dating scene. That is what I remember. Because I know she was dating, like, a lot of people. But it was like, I honestly don't know. There was, like, a lot of lore to that. I'm right here just like, dude. You're, like, it's crazy because I mean, it's going to, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of female streamers right now are really going down to that mindset where they're like, oh my god, I'm at that age, I won't have kids, and then no one's gonna want to pay attention to me anymore. I think that's why she came back to use the VTuber model, but that's just me. Because a lot of people be saying that lately, so I'm thinking that's what's going to go on, and I'm not saying like now personally this is going to be the case, but I'm just saying I think that's where people are going to allude to later on. But I would say just don't attack her, guys. You know, I honestly just feel like it's not really like that worth it. Because one, like, if you don't like her, just don't show up to tell people, yeah, this is what happened, by the way, and that's why, you know, she went to IRL streaming, and then just leave. And if people would want to show up over there, then they would. As you can see from when this was taken, she had like 3K, but she used to have like maybe like a lot more people than that when I was there. She would have like maybe like 6K people average, but it looks like it got cut down like 6.5 something K, like kind of like in between, but it looks like it got cut to half after the incidents and going in 2024. So take of that as you may. This is just a little bit of information going on with you know, the bunny situation. So if you guys are going to want to tune in to see how that train wreck goes, feel free. I honestly feel like, again, like a viewer, you're just going to hate watch, and then yeah, they're just going to get money from it nonetheless. So I honestly feel like, yeah, just don't hate watch, just fucking ignore her and block her, and well, maybe not block her, just put her on mute, but keep an eye on her, I guess, before she does something stupid again. I mean, that's how I see that as, you know, in case that happens. Next, we're having a Sinday Talk, and this is going on with Nintendo. Nintendo, you may say? Yes, Nintendo. As on January 1st, starting off the brand new year at 9:40 a.m. of 2026, Devon Pritchards started their first day as the president of Nintendo of America. So I was just like, what? Yeah, she joined like 20 years ago, though. So, yep, this is her. So, Bowser's gone, so we got somebody else. So let's see how this goes for right now. I don't know how it's gonna go, but especially with Nintendo's case was how they did the thing with Nintendo Switch 2, which we won't go on to why, because that's going to be a long rambling, and I already spent like a good month ramble to try and help you guys out with the Bunny Yumi situation. Nonetheless, yes. On top of that, Nintendo stock values seem to have dropped around 20% of December last month on December 30th, 2025. Kind of going into the new year, starting off at a very low number. That kind of sucks right there. August it says Nintendo stock plunged from 20%. It's August all-time high. This December, amid the surging Nintendo 2 components cost, as you guys are aware, like, you know, RAM, blah 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 blah. All these components are going up. I mean, you'll be lucky if you can get a Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, guys, because of the price is like, goddamn, man. You might as well just keep your 3DS and like protect your Nintendo Switch 2 or 1 or Lite or whichever one you have. Like it's $1 bajillion, because it probably might be in the future. Who knows? And on top of that, NVIDIA and AMD are to significantly increase the GPU prices starting next month. This was on the 31st of 2025, going into the kind of starting on the leaving on the bad note. We're leaving on a bad note from last year, going into New Year. Yeah, so the RTX 5090 will increase its price from $2,000 to $5,000. Jesus fucking Christ on the amount that they put up. Holy shit, man. Both companies are reportedly planning to continue raising the GPU prices every month going forward. It's extremely highly likely that the prices will extend across their entire product lineup, encompassing encompassing not only consumer GPUs but also GPUs for AI centers and servers. So what does that mean? Fuck. Everything's just fuck. We're fucked. That's it. Thank you, AMD and NVIDIA. We always appreciated that. Next we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is a little bit of a sad news right here, and this is from TMZ. Tommy Lee Jones' daughter Victoria was found dead at San Francisco hotel. You did not know who this gentleman is? Then, well, shit, where the fuck have you been for the last, like, couple fucking 100 years? Damn, man. This guy's well known. Tommy Lee Jones' daughter, Victoria, was found dead in a hotel in San Francisco. This was on the January 1st of 2026. Starting off the new year, already grieving. If there's more details that come out with that later on, because one, I don't want to, at the time when I was looking at this, there was not much detail, because, you know, again, like, they don't want to put too much out there because it's like Hollywood and stuff like that. but it didn't go into specifics on what was the cause of death. But hopefully later on, it will get put out there, and then I'll just add that into there, edit it in maybe. But for right now, our condolences go to the family. Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and this is something from Mythos Talent. Judge was like, "What? Mythos Talent?" Yes, Mythos Talent. It's not something good, but it's not something bad. We're just, yeah, it's one of those. And this is so let's go into the important update from Mythos HQ. Dear Mythos community, first and foremost, we would love to thank you for your continued support towards each of the Mythos Talent. Your support and encouragement has meant a great deal to all of us. We recognize that many within the community have noticed that Mythos has not been performing to the standards that were set for ourselves. We want to be transparent in acknowledging this. As a company, we have taken time to reflect, reassess, and make meaningful changes to ensure we do right by both our talents and our community. She was like, I don't like where this is going. No. Hang on. Let them cook. As part of this process, the company has been working hard through several internal matters regarding staff, talents, and future direction of Mythos. With that in mind, we're proud to announce that Trey Legacy has officially acquired the Mythos brand and intellectual property, and will be stepping into a role of owner and CEO. I said a whole of owner. I know I did. The transition in ownership represents a deliberate step toward improving internal operation, strengthening branding, and enhancing overall quality of life and supporting of our talents. With these changes, we strive toward a commitment to growth, accountability, and building a stronger future for Mythos and its talents. Thank you, X Mythos. Judge was like, oh boy. Wait, hang on. So is this good news or bad news? So, I mean, it's a huge W, yes, but that means there was some bad stuff and mismanagement going on, which I think some of us were kind of seeing a little bit. And I think this was the situation that happened, and this is what they went down to. Yes. I honestly feel like this is really good. But added on to that, Clutho from Mythos wanted to talk about the future going on, and that was on the 3rd of January at 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST. Talking about the big changes for Mythos and the future of it. If you guys want to, check it out, just go onto her YouTube, and she was she'll be talking about that more. She had a waiting room going on about that, so yeah, if you guys are interested more in that, feel free. But it also had some issues going on because of the internal matters going on, which was affecting some of the talents. Yes, and this was Hades. So dear Hades and Mythos community, with this post, I would like to approach with you formally, but also personally apologize for what has been occurring Hades 2-year anniversary, both at a representative of Mythos and previous Hades manager. I deeply regret that the oversight and the disappointment it caused. At the time, Mythos was in the midst of significant internal change. As said, earlier on, blah, 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 blah. This was just, again, a little bit of, just kind of summarize it, was a bit of a mismanagement kind of going on. She got locked out of her account. There was, again, that's kind of just the first bit what I said, the occurrence going on with our 2-year anniversary that kind of just fucked everything up. But everything seems to be getting a little bit more better. They're taking in full responsibility for this huge incident that has happened, and they're going to look forward to improving something like this never happens again. So that's good. That's good. At least they're more transparent. So that is actually pretty big right there. So yeah, you just go out swinging on the first day. I mean, I think again, as I said, there was always like some issues going on with the talents there, but at least now I think Trey Legacy is like seeing this and they're like, yeah, not in my Mythos talent. Next that we have And this is from Cha Cha Chilla. Chat's just like, oh god, not this again. Don't worry, Chat. Don't worry, Chat. I saw this too, and this was also covered by Alara. Chat's like, oh no, oh god. But this is an apology, and they literally just titled it as everything. That's literally I was expecting something more, like oh, but I just caught everything. Anyway, summarize what's going on. I mean, if you guys want to read it, it's right there. If you want to pause it, you know, on YouTube later on, it's right there. But summarize it. They're very sorry for what happened, you know, and yada yada yada. They brought Lara into this. I brought multiple people into this with false allegations and blah blah blah. I'm very sorry that I did all this. I did not mean to hurt anyone, and yada yada yada. I'm still learning social skills. How the fuck do you not know social skills at your fucking age? I don't know how. And again, apologizing to many people that were affected by this in the coming minutes. To summarize it in a more honest to truth fashion, so you guys can understand. It's like, I am sorry that I got caught. That is basically how I could summarize this 100% to you guys. I am sorry that I got caught. Cha Cha Chilla 2026. I mean, if you guys saw me like on a Lara stream, you probably saw me just comment on there. It's like, I call the BS. She's sorry that she got caught. That's why. I mean, we're all thinking it. We're all thinking it. She's just sorry that she got caught, guys. That's all it is. I have no idea why, but it's just fucking hilarious that this just keeps going on. Was this like their 4th, 5th fucking Google Doc that they put, and we're here on the 4th of January, still going on, still fucking alive, I guess. I don't know. Shit, man. But chat, let's get into my most favorite segment of them all, and that is Meanwhile on the Internet, which is all the stuff that has happened throughout, you know, the week, but it was not like really that significant to get put onto the Sinday Talk, the main part of it. Meanwhile on the Internet, if you're probably seeing more My Hero Academia stuff than usual, then well, yes, you should be. As you can see from this right here, this is a costume from Bandai. Yeah, you can have like 3 versions of it. You got like the Deku one, you got the Ochaka one, and then you also got the, you know, Bakugo one, which looks really cool. Even got, I mean, there's even some gloves too. So it's like I just thought I saw this. It was pretty cool. I would definitely want to get this, but like, dude, I literally just put money down for like a cosplay, so I have to wait. So I'm like right here, just like no. I want to get the My Hero Academia stuff, man. You even get some gloves too. Oh, dude. Meanwhile on the Internet, LA. Yes, LA. This is LA's version of the ball drop, and this is smoking deaths. Yes, this is kind of fucked up, not gonna lie. I don't know why this is a thing, but yeah. Started off, oh man, we had like, oh my god, 443,000. That's fucking insane. That's a lot of deaths and people smoking in LA. Wow. Chat, do not smoke in LA. Yeah, but yeah, it's down to 0. That is their version. It's like 400 now. Oh fuck, man. Well, it's only the 4th fucking day of 2026. How's there 400 right now? What in the cinnamon toast fuck, man? Meanwhile on the Internet, Pokemon, and yes, it's Pokemon, is celebrating a brand new year with many more Pokemon releases, collaborations, and the 30th anniversary celebrating ahead into 2026, where they will, you know, they'll be covering it when it gets closer to time. And, you know, obviously Pokemon saying a big thank you for making 2025 the best, and so forth and so on. That even got something going on too right now. They got Pokemon Lego doing a collaboration with Lego, so that's going to be interesting. they also have this going on. I honestly did not know if this was actually going to be a thing, but yeah, this is another collaboration that they're going to be doing. And yeah, it's like some special anniversary shirts right there. From like OG, you know, like artwork, as you can see right there, from Charizard, going on to like the starter Pokemon from first generation, and even the good old fashioned the actually really good old fashioned Pikachu from the old card game. And even have a collaboration with McDonald's. Yes, they have McDonald's as a collaboration going into 2026. And this is what you'll be expecting. It's going to be doing the 30th, you know, Pokemon Cards 30th anniversary from February to March. Yes. Yeah, they. I'm right here just like, great, I can't wait to get another Pokemon card. What? They ran out of Pokemon cards again? But you guys only had a few of them, like just got delivered, and it was in the and this is in the US only, by the way. So I'm gonna be right here just like, but you just got them, you just opened up, how do you not have any cards? And they're like, you see that person over there that's taking like 500 Happy Meals, putting it into that van? Yeah, they have all the Pokemon cards. And I'm like, what? Oh, hang on, I just got a notification. Scalpers are taking oh fuck. That's literally gonna be me that day. Meanwhile, on the internet, the original versions of Betty Bop and Pluto have now entered the public domain. You know what that means? That means we're probably going to see some more horror stuff relating to this. Yeah. This stuff does freak me out when I look at it, because it's like, damn. I mean, it had to start at some point. The Betty Bop or Boop one. I don't know how to say that right there. And Pluto, man, they look fucking cursed and scary. There's definitely going to be some horror stuff going on with that. Just like the when Winnie the Pooh and Mickey became a thing in the public domain, and people started to make horror movies from it right away. I'm not looking forward to that day when that actually gets. But I'm pretty sure we're going to find it very soon. And it's going to be announced on movie theaters that someone made a horror movie of it. I am not looking forward to that day, because they already. I mean, these look cursed as is. You can definitely see the age. I'm definitely going to be freaking out. They came out 1920. Yep. That's how old they are. They're very old. It's like 1920, 1930 type of stuff right there. Right, hang on. Hang on. I think they have it like right here. So I'm gonna put the chart right here. Oh yeah, see, like Betty Boop is like right there. The characters that entered. Yeah, then there's that one. Oh, Goofy's next in 2028. King Kong and Daffy Duck. Oh boy. Snow White and the Seven. Oh no, Disney's not gonna let that one go. Superman 2, and then all of these as well. There's no way. But this is what they're saying for data though. They're like, dude, like they're not gonna get rid of. Like, they're gonna hold on to Snow White like so fucking hard. You know why? Because they want to fucking, you know. Actually, never mind. I think they'll be willing to let that go now. Actually, after what happened with the last the last Snow White and the Seven Dwarves movie that came out, that was let's just say, I honestly feel like they should not have done it, but they did it anyway. Meanwhile, on the internet. Going to continue on with the Nintendo Switch 2, and I always like to do this stuff too, but this one, someone else's prediction going on to Nintendo and the Switch predictions of 2026, which I just found as interesting, but I honestly, you know, take it as you way. This is the predictions, what some things may happen, so don't take it to heart. First prediction they have is Monolith Soft will announce their new RPG. Second one prediction they have is HAL Labs will announce a Kirby and a Forgotten Land 2. I mean, I think a lot of people would like that. Next, we'll have is the Next Level Games announces Luigi's Mansion 4. And then after that, they'll have the Legend of Zelda's 40th anniversary. They said they will see, hopefully, Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. By the way, Twilight Princess is probably like one of my best Zelda games that I honestly feel like it's just too good. People still play Nintendo. Yeah, people still play Nintendo, but this is going to be for Nintendo Switch 2 for like predictions wise. As I may get Nintendo Switch 2, but I don't want to because I got like you know, the very nice, very like, you know, Pokemon Nintendo Switch OLED. Now, if they had the ZA version of it with the amazing artwork that the community did, I would have probably bought it on Nintendo Switch too. But they didn't, so I saved money. Thanks, Nintendo, for making me save money and not making me spend something that I probably may regret, because people are regretting Switch 2. Also, they're announcing you know, Gen 10 of Pokemon at Pokemon Day Presents. I mean, that I honestly, there were some leaks going on with the new generation of Pokemon. I did see some of how they look like the starters. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the starters are legit for the next generation Pokemon, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoever they got to make them, they fucking cooked. Cause I'm right here just like, you know how like some of the generations that you're like, oh, I like the water one, I like the fire one, I like the grass one. And then there was like that one generation that people were just like, I like all of them. If I would pick up all the starters, I would, but I legally can't. But trust me, I would. That's how I feel if that is true with what I've seen from the leaks that were Nintendo's, and you're going to be like, oh, well, they're leaks, so they can't be legit. Nintendo went in and, you know, went to those people that posted that stuff and took them down. That's how I'm like, okay, these have to be legit. Why did Nintendo go in there and take them down? Because it was hit with the copyright. Think about that. Why would Nintendo go into that if so they have to be legit? I can't pull it out and show you guys because when Nintendo hit, you know, the channel 2 and I won't be able to show you guys. But there were leaks of the region and what the starters would be, and if it is true, these starters are probably going to be the ones that I want. Like, there's like, they look fucking fire. Again, the person who made the starters and the evolutions for them, shit, dude, like, they fucking cooked. They really fucking cooked. I don't know who they had to hire for the like the for the draft for them, but they fucking cooked. Will GTA will GTA 6 be on Nintendo? Man, no. That'd be funny if it was. But next they have those Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave, yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Fire Emblem Weave Fortunes Weave releases before the end of September. Wake me up when September ends. Okay, anyway. Dragon Quest 10, 11. Dragon Quest 12 that will be shown and will be shown to all platforms, including on the Switch version. That'd be cool. Square Enix announces 2 RPGs at Nintendo Directs later this year. And Switch 2 will get a lot of third-party ports. That would be fucking nice. Now, only if the Nintendo Switch 2 could survive that long. That's the real question. I think that's the next prediction that I would add into that. Will the Nintendo Switch 2 survive 2026? I think you know the answer to that one with how shit's going with like the components. That's the real question. But yeah, guys, take up all this you know, with a grain of salt with predictions, because again, this is like another man's predictions right here. Would this be nice if this happens? I mean, I'm pretty sure for a majority of the people, they'll really love it. But I think this is going to apply to Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. I think that's where it's going to go. As you can see why it's going to go to Nintendo Switch 2. Because right now, they're trying to get you to buy a Switch 2. However, you cannot buy a Switch 2. You want to know why? Money. It's fucking money, guys. That's literally it. You can't buy it because there's money and there's not enough fucking components now. Because of the shortage. So good luck with that if you wanted to get that stuff. Meanwhile, on the internet, you're probably wondering, why is Anthem from EA doing up on the title of this? That's a good question, random viewer. Anthem servers are shutting down on January 12th. You will no longer be able to play the hit game Anthem that EA decided to fuck over many, many times. Yeah, and this is Anthem for those of you who forgot. You know, like the Iron Man suit simulator game that it had like something going for it when you saw like the very cool cinematic, and when you got into the game, it was nothing like it. The story was also kind of meh, so that was also not good. It was also rushed, so there was also a lot of, yeah, everything was rushed, so that's good. So yeah, Anthem is shutting down on the 12th. It was a game that flopped by design, by EA's design. They needed it to flop. You're probably saying, wait, hang on, why would you want a game to flop? It's EA. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to dive into the lore for that right there for you guys on why the game flopped the way it did. You're welcome for that. So yeah, good luck for the people who still play Anthem. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe like 20 guys. I don't know. That has covered everything that's happened this past week on the Sinday Talk. All the stuff going on, from drama situations to prices of components of PCs and gaming stuff going up. Some 3DS stuff coming back, so that's good to look forward to, as well as some other stuff going on with like Mythos and so forth and so on, that we're still going to keep monitoring to see how the situation goes with all this stuff. But if you happen to have anything that has popped up on your timeline, feel free to, you know, give me, like, you know, just at me at any of my socials. I have socials like on Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky, so feel free, and also join in the Discord too and put it down on news coverage. I'll be able to check anything that you guys got, and you know, you just want to show me, and it will be covered on the following week of Sunday. If there is a cutoff time, usually try to cut off between like Saturday at midnight, so if anything gets put in after that, it won't get put onto the Sinday Talk until the next Sunday. So if you want to get put in before that time. All right, and I'll see you all then. Bye bye.
Always in the wrong, knowing where we stand.